Hello and welcome to another unboxing. It is unboxing day on Armchair Dragoons, and I have another unboxing for you. Today is going to be Victory and Glory Napoleon. So this is from Lock and Load Publishing, or I bought it on Lock and Load Publishing. It is designed by Glenn Drover, and it is from Forbidden Games. I actually own a PC version of this game that I bought on Steam. And from what I understand, the PC version isn't quite the same as the board game version of this. So it's going to be interesting to see what's actually in here versus what I saw on Steam. I did buy this on sale, and I looked recently, and it looked like Lock and Load was out of stock on this. So I don't know if they just were trying to get rid of some stock, or it was just a good sale and I just happened to get lucky. But we will see. We'll take a look. It looked interesting to me. It's Napoleon, and I'm always interested in that. And I believe it's a two-player game. Well, let's see. Before we open this, let's not open it yet. It is a pretty chunky box, pretty heavy. And I'll get it here in the center where everyone can see it. The game includes giant 44.5 by 35.25 inch game board with artwork by Paul Niemeyer. Event cards, 88 military tiles with historically accurate uniforms from the period. Ooh, interesting. And of course, it has 100 wooden influence cubes. So you can see them here on the map. They look kind of like something you would see in Cataclysm. And there's a representation of the armies that are included. And I have to say that right off, that does look like the army representation in the PC version of this. I suspect that's where the similarities might end. I don't know. Playtime 2 hours, 1 to 2 players. I believe there are solo rules in here. We'll find out if there are. And so let's just dive in and see what is in this gigantic box. And I will set this lid off to the side for now. So that right off we have the rule book, and it is a very, very light rule book. Looks like, and it's on glossy paper, which it looks nice. The print's nice, the color's nice as usual. I say as usual. I guess lately I've seen a lot of nice rule books come out as opposed to what I'm used to seeing, or what I used to see in the early days. So there's, like I said, I'm not too familiar with the way this game plays. But we'll just do a quick flip through here of the rule book. There again, there's the pieces, not much on the counters. Basically, you have the nation label in color, blue for France. Of course, it says France. And then you have the unit types and the value. And that value is probably some kind of a combat value, I imagine. There are victory points. There's the cards they were speaking of. Looks like there's some mention of some of the other nations. And so let's see, where do the rules start? I'm talking about the game components up to page 5. So it looks like the rules start on page 5 and go up through 7. So there's like maybe 3 or 4 pages of rules. That's interesting. It's probably a very high level, quick playing game. In fact, this might be one of those games that to call it a war game might be debatable for some folks. I don't know. Scoring, and here's the solo play. It looks like the solo play basically, well, there is some, it does talk about some differences in how many cards the AI side will get. And I think AI might be kind of a strong term to use here, because I don't think there's a lot of detail here as far as solo rules go. It's not even a page. It looks like maybe half a page. And a lot of that is taken up with examples. So a couple of paragraphs of solitaire rules. And I will, once we get this to the table, I will explain some of that in more detail. Looks like there's some miniature battles that you could do instead. In fact, I was watching, oh gosh, I forgot where it was. It was somewhere on YouTube. Someone was talking about this game, and they had mentioned that you could use this game with another game to kind of, once you have a battle on the larger map, that you could go off and resolve those battles with something else. I don't remember what the something else was. Maybe you could use command and colors. I don't know. It'd be interesting to do. So that's the rule book. And then this looks like the counters that the manual was referring to. And I only see 2 sheets of these, and sheets, they're not standard size counter sheets. They're, I don't know what size they are. They're tokens, which is more of what I guess you would call them, not counters. I would call these tokens. And they do look good. I'll try to see if we can get a little closer in here. You can see the French, the British, and some Austrian troops there. They look nice. They look really nice. And the back just has the nation's name on it. Nothing else, nothing fancy there. So looks like a couple of game tracking tokens as well. And more nations, Poland, Germany, Spain, Russia are all there. And this looks like it's a huge box, but there is really, so this is, let's hold these off to the side for a second, because that looks like the map, and it does look enormous, but this box is huge, and there's not a whole lot in here. Looks like a zippy for the tokens, and here's some, these are those influence cubes that the manual referred to that you will use to show where, I guess, your nation has influence. And then this is just a container thing holding everything into this enormous box. I don't know why in the world you need a box that big for this game. There are some cards here, and the box is shedding on me. Let's take a look here at the, I'm assuming these would be the French cards. I don't know, they're blue, and that matches up to the colors that they gave us. If I can open one of these. All right, there we go. Let's just see what we have here. So, well, get all the plastic off. All right, so, of course, your Victory and Glory Napoleon on the back. That's just the back of it. And then on the other side, I'm guessing the way this works is it looks like you have cards that you can play for the event, or you can use to gain influence somewhere. And they're right about the artwork. That's really, so if we zoom in, you can see that it's really cool period artwork on these. Yeah, that's really neat. I like that a lot, actually. Not much on the cards, though, in the way of text and verbiage, just kind of a picture, really cool artwork. And then the event here, it would be British infantry. British player gains 2 infantry units. And then there's a +1 military unit at the bottom. So like I said, it's probably a case of where you can choose to take an action or to play the event. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know anything about this game. It was an impulse buy, as a lot of my game purchases are. And I will take a quick look at this map. And I don't think there's any way this is all going to fit on this little table that I'm using. So we'll just unfold as much as we can. It looks like there are 3 sections that open up into 3 other sections. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to need, hopefully there's a tabletop simulator version of this, because this map is enormous. This is one of the bigger game maps that I have. I'm surprised at how big this is. I can't get all this in here to line it up. Let's see. Just pull this down to give you an idea of, it would go like that. Yeah, that's pretty much taking up the entire screen. It is a neat looking map. A lot of orange though. It looks like there's just a lot of, I don't know. I'm not sure if I really like the map or not. After seeing that artwork on the cards, the map is, I guess it's okay. It's a lot, like I said, it seems like there's just a lot of orange, if that's the right color I'm seeing in this, red or red-orange, a bit much. The map, other than that, though, is nice. It's printed on thick cardboard. Looks good, everything's clear, and there is certainly a ton of room to place units. And if we look at, say, France, we can see that the national borders are there, and it's broken up into these subsections. There's Paris, and there looks like that might be, for some reason, the capital cities they stand out, probably victory conditions. Prussia, Austria, Russia. And then over here, let's see, can you see this? Nope, you can't see this. I'm going to fold this half, or this third. Well, let's just do this. So there's there's this track, and I'm assuming that those other tokens, let me see if I can find them. These other tokens that we have, these round tokens, victory points, economy, LNT, it looks like, okay, yeah, so there's a set for the French and a set for the British. I'm assuming this track will be used to track just that, victory points and economy and all that kind of stuff. So there you go. Another very quick unboxing of a game that, like I said, was on sale and looked interesting to me. Looked like something that would be a high level, quick playthrough type game, and according to the box, it is. We, of course, will see how well this plays solitaire, and if it doesn't, we'll make it play solitaire, because that's what we do here. That's our thing. So there you go, just a quick unboxing. Victory and Glory from Forbidden Games by Glenn Drover. Bought it at Lock and Load. Again, they were out of stock the last time I checked. You may want to go back and check again, though. Maybe it's back in stock. And we will get to this one at some point. I'm getting really behind in more games are coming in than we're getting to the table, so I will try to do my best on that. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing. Please come back again for more playthroughs and unboxings and all kinds of other information on solitaire gaming.